If you feel like your hair is not growing past a certain length, in this video, I'm gonna tell you why that is and how we're gonna fix it. Hey, if you're new here, hi, I'm Annie, and my job on the internet is to make your hair your favorite accessory, and it has been a very long time since I uploaded a video like this. Just really break down the misconceptions and the overconsumption when it comes to healthy hair. There's so much noise out there that it's just not helpful, okay? So I'm gonna make this my job to explain how we can make our hair as healthy looking and feeling as possible with little to no products and not just giving into all of the marketing, the gimmicks, and the little BS on the internet. Okay, so when it comes to your hair length and it feels like it's not growing, okay, it is. The misconception is that people think that their hair is not growing. It is always growing from the root. It means that your hair is breaking off at the ends, and that's why it looks like it is the same length forever. I had to learn this myself because I was a platinum girly. I loved platinum hair, and because I would bleach it so often, my hair stayed this length, and even though I was doing the things that I thought was right, I just could not get my hair to grow because of all of the things that I was reading on the internet and buying. So I finally grew my hair out. It took about a year, and then I was able to maintain it for 3+ years. This is even a little bit shorter than where I've had it. So I know what I'm talking about. So in this video, I'm gonna break down exactly why it's happening and what we're going to do without overcomplicating it and making it super simple. A lot of people think that growing out their hair means doing more, adding in more products, having a longer routine, and like buying in excess, when really it is super simple and we just have to really go back down to basics, and it doesn't really cost like any money. More products, more routines, more money is actually causing more damage than we think that it would. And it really is actually about doing less damage to our hair, and it's just common sense. And I'm sorry if that sounds bad, but it really is. Okay, your ends are the oldest part of your hair, and if you are not protecting these, they're just gonna break off and split up, and you're gonna have the same length of hair forever. And if you don't understand this now, you are just gonna waste your time and your money on things that are not actually going to work to get you the length that you want and to preserve your hair once it's that length that you want. Your hair is growing from your scalp no matter what, unless you have some kind of medical issue. I'm no medical professional, okay? This is all of my own experience and a bunch of research that I've done, okay? But your hair is always growing from your scalp. It is the ends that are breaking off that you don't even realize, okay? The length of your hair, this part of my hair is the oldest part of my hair, and if I am not protecting it, then it is just breaking off and not growing. So if the length of your hair is dry, brittle, and under a lot of tension and stress, it's just gonna break. Okay, so how we're gonna actually fix this, it's actually very simple, and I'm gonna give you some very simple, quick things that you can do, and then I'll make videos to go into even more depth for each particular topic, so this video isn't like super long. Like with everything, these tips are just gonna kind of maybe be overwhelming because it's a lot all at once, but just be mindful and have a routine, and it's all about consistency as with everything. So the first thing is being gentle on your hair, especially when your hair is wet. I feel like a lot of us know that when our hair is wet, it's in its most fragile state, okay? It's so easy to be your hair is so easily manipulated? Is that the right? You can manipulate your hair a lot when it's wet, and if you are brushing it or putting it up in a bun, tight hairstyles, sleeping on it when it's wet, you are creating so much damage and tension on your hair that the lengths of your hair are going to be damaged and probably break off. Number 2 is do not over style it. You don't need new hairstyles every single day, okay? I always say have 2 to 5 of your go-to hairstyles that you can do, that you know how to do in a pinch, that you don't necessarily have to like keep redoing, because that's going to also save you time and also the potential of tension on your hair that can lead to breakage and just damage overall. Especially those clear elastics, while they are cute and very practical for a lot of hairstyles, if you don't take them out correctly, they can rip and break your hair. And even slick backs and tight hairstyles and putting your hair in the same exact position for your ponytail over and over again, that can create not only tension and breakage right here, but breakage where your ponytail is. So like doing some claw clips here and there, hairstyles, all that kind of stuff. And repeated tension over time causes weakness in your hair. Now, when I say this, I know you're probably like, okay, you're kind of being hypocritical because you have new hairstyles all the time. That is true because that is my job. But also, I know how to protect the lengths of my hair and to take out those clear hair elastics as best as I can. But also as my job, it is to make sure that I test out these hairstyles and give it to you in realistic relatability to see if they actually work. So I test them so you don't have to. Number 3 is using heat intentionally. Now I'm not saying quit heat because I still use heat on my hair at least once a week, but just please, please, please use a heat protectant all over your hair. Do it in sections if you need to, but you need to be coating all of your hair in a heat protectant, and don't use heat every single day. Just try to embrace your natural hair texture and try some heatless hairstyles so that you can still look put together without having to put so much heat on your hair. Number 4 is adding moisture into the lengths of your hair and your ends, okay? Everybody needs a leave-in conditioner. Don't care who you are, get it now, okay? That's the one thing I'm gonna say you need to go out and buy immediately. And you need to make sure that you're actually working it through your hair, okay? Once again, kind of like with the heat protectant, lift it up and be applying it to all of your hair. I don't brush my hair when it's wet. I kind of like finger comb it to distribute the leave-in conditioner and just to make sure it's not like super tangled. And consistency matters here more than an expensive product. So just find one that works really well for your hair. Same goes for a hair oil. Now, finding a leave-in conditioner and a hair oil that works good for your hair does and can take a little bit of time and money and playing around with it, because if you have thinner hair, you need lighter weight products, all that kind of stuff. But once you find something that works, stick with it, use it all the way up. And then if you want to switch things out, then you can, okay? You don't need a million things. You don't need to switch it up as much as some people say that you need to. Like your hair gets used to things, yeah, but it doesn't mean it's like less effective, you know? Trim your hair when it is needed, okay? So like, yes, when they say cutting your hair helps your hair grow, in the sense of like, if you have dead ends, you need to cut those off, okay? I mainly will dust my hair when I want to like grow it out or have like a really long, length. I just go when I see a split end, kind of just go and snip them, you know, like we used to do in high school. If you're like my age, we used to do that all the time. But that's what I mean. You can just go through and dust it. Now, I still say you should go in and get it cut, like a good healthy 1 inch, maybe 1 to 2 times a year. That's what I do, just so that you can have the healthy hair and just cut off those dead ends. And let me say this right now, you cannot repair a split end. There are products out there that say that they can help split ends. Now, it's either preventing it or it's like one of those bond treatments where they are really great because they can temporarily seal the split ends or dead ends to make your hair look healthier and to prevent further hair damage, okay? It is not repairing a split end. The only way you can get rid of split and dead ends is by cutting it off. 6 is protecting your hair at night. Okay, maybe the other thing I will say is that if you don't have a silk or satin pillowcase, get one now. A cotton pillowcase is just causing more friction on your hair where it's like pulling on it and like trapping in heat, okay? And also your body is hot. So if your hair is down when you're sleeping and you're tossing and turning, I don't remember the last time I ever went to bed with my hair down. Like a tangled mess, it's going everywhere, like it is not good, okay? Get a silk or satin pillowcase because it helps your hair glide. And also if you have long hair, put it up in a bun at night. I either use like a claw clip or a silk or satin scrunchie so that it is off of your neck and like, you know, not being tousled around. So you need to protect it at night. If you want, you could sleep with a silk or satin bonnet. There's a bunch of Amazon, Kitsch has some, all that kind of stuff, but protect your hair at night. Number 7 is stop excessively bleaching your hair. Okay, like I said at the beginning, I was a platinum girl. I loved my platinum hair and I really do wish that I could go back, but it is just not healthy. And especially in this like stage of life with my kids, I can't keep going back, okay? I still bleach my hair 1 to 2 times a year. I just find something that is a little bit more It can grow out better, lived in, if you will, a lived in blonde, I think is what it's called. But if I want like a refresh within that time, I'll use like a purple shampoo, or maybe I could go in and just get like a few touch-ups, but like stop excessive. You do not need to go into the salon every 3 months. Get something that grows out nice so that you don't have to just keep up with that maintenance and bleaching your hair. And also make sure your hairstylist knows not to re-bleach your ends. I feel like there's most of them now know like, okay, we're not gonna bleach your ends. We're just gonna focus on the roots, which that's what they should be doing. But just make sure that they're aware of that. This next section is where people buy into the gimmicks, the marketing, and a bunch of the other BS things that people try to sell you on the internet. You do not need supplements. You do not need expensive hair products, and you do not need a 15-step hair routine. Okay, now if you feel like you have excess shedding, of course, like go to a doctor if you feel like there is like an autoimmune disease or something is really not right. I'm not a doctor, so I can't tell you. But most of the time, it is because your hair is growing, you are just breaking it off, okay? Now, if you feel like you have excess shedding, ask yourself, when was the last time I brushed my hair really good? Okay, if it's been a few days of brushing or washing your hair shedding is normal, okay? So if you don't brush your hair and get all of that daily shedding done, after 3 days of not doing that, it can feel like a lot, okay? I've done that. I sometimes go a few days without actually brushing my hair with a brush. I do my finger thingies, but then I'll get in the shower, wash my hair, and it looks like a wig, okay? It's normal. Then ask yourself, did I have any big life events like having a baby, you know, postpartum, massive weight loss, stress, new medications, because that can be a cause as well. And it's not something that you can take a supplement and help with. I do use scalp serums. I think scalp serums are very good for your scalp health. Do I feel like they are necessary? Not all of the time. They did help speed up my postpartum hair growth, I feel like, but that could have just been me. So, and the last thing is that your diet does matter. Are you drinking enough water, eating a well-balanced diet? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you managing your stress? All of that stuff, because your internal health is going to show externally in your hair, your skin, of course, what your body looks like. So you need to also be fueling yourself to fuel your hair. And so if you think about that, that's pretty simple, right? That's all you need to really focus on. It's about simple routines, simple products, and just being consistent with that every single day. So instead of trying new hairstyles and new products all of the time, just stick to what really works. And that's why I made my hairstyle bestie guide. Basically what it is it is a guide for you to look and see, okay, what's my situation today? I give you 3 examples, and it gives you the step-by-step tutorial, the video tutorial, tips, links to some products that can help with the hairstyle, but also what comes with it is my custom ChatGPT hair bestie, so that you can literally upload a photo of your hair and say, hey, I have an event, what should I do? Here's my hair. And it will spit out recommendations of hairstyles that I have done. I'm so excited for this, and I think it'll be super, super helpful. But I am gonna link it down just in case you wanna go check it out. So now that you understand that your hair is in fact growing, we need to be protecting our length so that it can actually get down and grow instead of breaking off or splitting up the hair and just looking unhealthy and us having to chop a bunch of it off after all of that hard work that you did. But if you are still certain that there are certain things that I didn't mention in this video that is still damaging your hair, I'm gonna link a video here that I recently did about how to maintain your hair after over bleaching. And like I said before, I'm gonna go in a deeper dive of all of these tips so that you can get as much super helpful information without over consuming, having a crazy long hair care routine, and just buying a bunch of things that you don't need, because hair care is really simple when we get down to the basics. So with that, I will talk to you guys later. Don't forget to find me on Instagram if you want to, and subscribe if you found this video helpful. Thanks. Bye.